A man has been arrested, shockingly, after opening a heroin, cocaine, and meth store.
Shockingly.
And this is in Canada, in Vancouver.
It's a good store, though. It's a good idea for a store.
Dude, legalize meth and heroin. That's all I'm saying.
It's big business.
Yeah? What happens if we legalize it?
Never mind then.
Don't they?
No, I really want to know.
So this is a man who had a dream.
Make a lot of tax money, maybe?
Yeah.
But then we get social decay.
Does it make it uncool so people don't want to do it no more?
That would
I don't
be.
think that happened to weed, I'll say that.
Man. But don't people do opioids all the time? Is that the same?
Yeah.
I think the
Heroin
addiction
adjacent?
overrides that.
So this man had a dream and a vision, and he put it on his vision board.
This is why you gotta support small businesses.
That's right. And he said he's going to open a store called The Drugs Store.
The drugstore.
Yeah, The
So
Drugs
a brick and
Store.
mortar.
It is not a brick and mortar.
Oh.
He was trying to work his way up, but he had to start small. So it was out of a mobile home.
Got it. I bet he had cool merch.
Yeah, he says that he wanted to give people a safe supply of drugs that have been tested to ensure they didn't contain fentanyl. And Vancouver police say that they found him drug trafficking in connection with an illicit drug dispensary that began operating yesterday in the downtown east side. So they got onto him pretty quick.
One day.
Police
Drugstore.
police said they started.
Filed an LLC. Does it say it in there?
It does not say.
Oh man.
It was an S corp.
That fool had a Pinterest. He had a Pinterest vision board of all the drugs that he was gonna sell, and he was watching Gary Vee videos to motivate him into becoming an entrepreneur.
He was doing garage sales for a while. And then he
Starting small.
Start up his biz.
So police said they started gathering evidence after the suspect started selling cocaine, crack, methamphetamine, and heroin out of a mobile trailer parked near Maine in Cordova.
Nice
That's a
options.
one-stop shop.
Who's this guy's supplier? Jeez.
Well, that was the dispensary that they found yesterday.
Oh, interesting.
Connections.
So they basically seized 2 vehicles, some body armor, some Canadian currency, and they say that
Body armor.
he is banned. That's what they found. They say he is banned from returning to downtown Eastside as part of his bail conditions because he's out on bail. And the store had bright yellow sandwich boards featuring a price list for all the drugs, which range from $10 for a 1 point, which is a tenth of a gram of meth. Is that true?
I don't know.
To two
Sounds about right.
to $250 for 2.5 grams of crack.
Is that true?
Maybe different street prices.
He also
It's
wore,
Canadian prices.
Oh, that's true.
and that's why
$2 more.
That's why they actually say in this article he wore a stab-proof vest. It doesn't say a bulletproof vest.
Stab proof, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Those are important.
Because they don't have guns there.
Right. So, and he sold drugs from behind a plexiglass window inside the shop and said he wanted to stay close to street prices and wanted to keep prices as low as he could for his customers.
He sounds like a Robin Hood.
I admire the intention.
He's trying to take drugs and money out of the gangs and into his pocket.
If there was a market for him, that would be it, right? He wants to provide safe drugs that doesn't have fentanyl to the marketplace.
Safe
There's
drugs.
definitely a market for it. I just don't think it's legal.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that's tried fentanyl because they always die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you always die.
It's got to be like one of those secret restaurants.
Like a speakeasy
Yeah,
Yeah.
a speakeasy, but for drugs.
for the Rogas.
For drugs.
So there's a bit of a turn in this story. He told Vice News that he planned to get caught.
Oh, shit.
He goes, I wanted to because I'm like that villain on Batman.
That's right.
He goes, you played into my tricks.
Now I have you exactly where I want you,
Yeah.
and I'm in jail.
Yeah.
It's phase 2 of that.
Oh,
So phase 2,
I wait a long time and then I get out of jail.
that's exactly it.
I want you exactly.
But he's out on bail.
Well, so he says he wants to launch a constitutional challenge arguing that prohibition has created a toxic supply of drugs that's killing Canadians.
That's not
You
a.
need to be arrested to do that?
yeah.
I have no idea.
But a lot of governments don't want to get into this business
Right.
because it's just dirty. So it's like, I mean, there's some Scandinavian countries that are probably like, you can shoot up here and we'll help rehabilitate you, you know? But like, I don't think that shit's gonna work here.
No.
Nah.
Probably not.
But that's kind of this is very pervasive across our border and Canadian border, right? Because they are dealing with fentanyl the same way that we are.
Yeah.
And people are, even like some prescription medications that are being sold illegally have been found with fentanyl in it.
Wow.
So that's
Yeah.
been killing university students and stuff like that.
I always wonder if I just have an insensitive angle, but like the problem of fentanyl stems from the problem of the drugs in the first place. So it kind of seems like they're tackling like a level above when they
Yeah.
should just be like eliminating the root. But then again, easier said than done. I'm not addicted to the shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But also, it's a lot of the times the focus is on like, hey, you know, fuck these guys for selling drugs and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, if they had no buyers, they wouldn't sell it. So, how do you deal with the addicts? How do you deal with people to not even get there in the first place? What's happening with social decay where people feel the need to self-medicate so much? So then no one's answering that question, but it's always been a war on drugs, and it's like, yeah, you need to stop the supply, but also if there's no demand, then there's no supply needed.
But don't you think if you just tell kids in school that drugs are not cool, actually, they're not cool?
It made me more curious.
I think it works when the guy saying it is cool.
Yeah.
But
Really
that's never
does.
happened.
Or like a guy who's like a real scumbag and he's like, dude, drugs are cool. I don't want to hear from that guy. That's a deterrent. We gotta have more of those guys. around.
Dare had bad casting.
Yeah.
Really did.
They really did,
Lame
man.
ass- And then sometimes a cop will come in, and you're just like, oh, it's a cop.
And it's not
telling
even
me
like a
not to
cool
do
dirty
it."
cop.
I think they changed the DARE program because it's no longer there anymore, and I think they now switched it to DEA, which is hella funny.
Did they really?
Yeah,
DEA.
it like
There?
Just make it more uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a Jamaican dare.
Yeah.
Dia.
There.
Are you fucking with me?
Dia.
no.
Oh, okay.
We had
I'll
to
see
He
it.
tried to fact check.
Oh,
me.
Dia.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, Dia.
But yeah, it is true that like it's just like the abstinent outreach. Like they brought out people that look like
Dia. Is that
virgins.
drugs?
You guys ever had the
So it's going to be
Makes me
real
kinda
bad
wanna
for
do it
you.
now.
Yeah.
you guys ever had the GREAT program?
Which one's
So
that?
it's like gang resistance education or whatever. We had that and we had DARE because gang recruitment in our elementary school was happening like from 4th, 5th grade.
Oh, wow.
So then we had this like former gangster lady come in, and her stories, like, dude, she gets PTS in the middle of her lectures and super heated, right? Talking about her rivals and all this shit. And then I think all the kids at the end of each lecture would just get riled up from her speeches
get hype.
and want to join a gang.
Yeah.
It was like, it started off as like, you don't want this life. You don't want to do this, and toward the end it was like, and then we fucked this fool up, and then we did this fucking shit to this other fool, and then we're like, oh fuck, that's fucking crazy, and then you're just like in 3rd or 4th grade, like, damn, that's cool.
You don't think it's cool to hear from these guys about drugs? That's on the DARE website.
Wait, it's a collab, dude. It's fucking Ronald McDonald and fucking Clue.
Yeah, that's the clue guy.
The fucking take a bite out of crime. Remember that?
yeah.
Yeah, McGruff.
McGruff.
Was Big Gruff a golden doodle? That's what he looks like.
Who's the dare?
I think he's a chocolate lab. I think he's a chocolate lab.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who's that
Look like that.
I would say that DARE shirt is pretty fresh.
I've never seen him before.
You know what was one thing that was effective was we had the abstinence like team come to our school, and a guy literally told us that he got herpes from getting head in Hawaii.
He was just bragging. You're bragging, dude.
No, but like he was the guy to make sure to tell us that like, hey, even if you're not having all the way sex, you could still get an STD, and that actually did kind of affect us.
Yeah.
We're like, oh man, I thought there was like a workaround.
A loophole.
Have you guys ever seen that video of those guys at like a school and they're just yelling like virginity is
Yeah,
cool.
I love that.
What up?
Virginity is cool.
Come on.
It's like an arm thing.
They're trying to get the crowd hyped and they're just on stage.
Virginity is cool. What up?
Is that just like
Yeah, it's like
The whole straight edge movement, like you're supposed to be abstinent, no drugs.
women are a distraction, brother. You got to keep your eye on the prize, okay?
Yeah.
Men are weak to the flesh. That's what they
That's
say.
it, baby. I love that stuff, man.
Oh, what up? Virginity is cool. Come on, he's got virginity is cool. Come on. Virginity is cool. What up?
What up? That's the best part.
Come on, right?
He's like, let's make this hip hop.
Cool. Come on.
He's like throwing up gang signs.
So there's a full video.
What
that
is
entire
happening?
seminar.
So cringy.
That whole sermon It's like
Oh,
24
it's
minutes.
church related.
Yeah,
24 minutes.
good.
Do you think he dropped some gems in there though?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, virginity's cool, dude.
I believe that he's a virgin 100%.
Virginity is cool. What up? What up?
That's my favorite.
All the kids there, they're like,
Yo, they are. They're like that.
If you don't believe it, they don't believe
Yeah,
it.
dude.
You gotta like full send it.
His voice is cracking while he's singing.
Yeah.
Dude. It's like the Pointer Brothers. It's like that kind of deal.
If you guys were a part of that panel, what would you do?
Oh, this is just some guy talking about it. Fuck you,
That's
bro.
Cody Co, baby.
I wouldn't be able to like stop laughing.
That's tough.
Yeah,
So
it's
fucking-
Like if we were invited to go help some kids and all of a sudden that shit starts happening, I'd be in tears, dude. I wouldn't
so
even be
funny,
like,
dude.
I'd be like, fuck.
I mean, it's weird to be in the position to tell kids not to do something is hard because by the time you're at the age that you care about telling them, they won't listen to you because
Yeah.
they're too old.
I also think that they're treating teenagers like toddlers.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to manipulate them with this like rally. It's like just be honest.
But it's a hip hop rally,
Did you
dude.
hear him say, what up, what up?
Come on, that's
Okay, crowd shots. Crowd shots.
Virginity is cool. Come on, come on. 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 Virginity is
There's like a grandpa in the back.
He's laughing.
They're all laughing
Because
at
he's
him.
putting the mic on people in the crowd.
And they're laughing.
And the
He
thing is
doesn't
like,
know.
it's like down, middle, up. Like he's like trying to tell them it's like down, middle, up.
yeah.
That's what happens when you're not self-aware, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You can't tell that everyone's like, this guy sucks.
You think he was writing this and planning it like, all right, and at the end we're just gonna hit him with the virginity is cool and we're gonna rile them up and they're gonna fucking believe.
and everybody's gonna stay a virgin.
That's why I was like, it's not cool. I think like the more effective thing would be like the adverse is uncool. Like that's easier to express.
Negative
Like that dude
reinforcement.
telling us he got freaking blisters all over his dick from just getting head.
It's terrifying.
Like that sucks.
Yeah, and then you show him what herpes looks like. You're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Honestly, Google Images is the best abstinence tool.
That's
man.
Dude, imagine though, instead he's like, blisters on your dick, not cool.
Come out, come out.
What up? What up?
That's my favorite part.
The what up,
I
what
never
up.
stop itching.
Such a good Florida.
Jeez.